meeting to order. Can we start with a roll call?
Alberto Paratori.
Aziz Hassan.
Norma Drummond.
Rocco Limatone.
Art Mahoney.
Thank you. Can I ask everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Happy New Year. This is our first meeting of the year, so Happy New Year, everyone. Our next two meetings are going to be Tuesday, February 25th and Tuesday, March 25th. In the event of snow on either of those dates, because we can definitely have snow through the end of March, the zoning board meetings are not rescheduled. They are just, if town hall is closed, zoning board meetings are canceled. So they are not postponed. If in the event that you are scheduled for a public hearing on next month or the March date, we just ask that you change the date on your sign so that any neighbors would know that the date got changed. But we do not reschedule meetings. We have one set of minutes to approve, minutes from our meeting from Tuesday, November 26th. I know I went through them and did not find anything that needed correcting, so is there a motion to approve the minutes of November 26th?
Yeah, I actually reviewed them also, and I didn't find any issues, so I make a motion to
Approve them?
approve them, correct.
Thank you.
Without amendment.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you. All right, so how our meeting operates is the first part of our meeting is public hearings. Those are applications this board has had the opportunity to already review. Now we just want to hear from neighbors if there's anything we should also be aware of. There's only one public hearing on for this evening. The second part of our meeting is reviews. Those are generally the first time we are seeing applications. There is no public comment at this time on any review. At the appropriate time, we will schedule and notice neighbors for any reviews. Or for any comments or public hearings on the applications that we would be reviewing this evening. So I'm going to just jump right into it. Application number 1, Appeal 4128, Lacey Russa and Luke Kohlmeyer, 1281 Route 82, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 7-foot rear yard variance for an existing 12-foot by 24 or 288 square foot shed pursuant to section 194-107 in the Schedule of Bulk Regulations. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we had the opportunity to review this application last month. The applicant put up a shed probably somewhere between a year and 2 years ago. His family has grown significantly in the last few years, so his life has been a little bit of a craze, with twins and everything else. So, but really, the building inspector went out and determined, looking at the yard and where it's been placed, the color of it matches what's there, but the topography of your yard and everything, it was probably put in the best location. Are there any comments or questions from board members?
I have none.
None.
I'm good. I don't have anything.
So is there anyone here who wishes to speak for or against the request from Lacey Russa and Luke Kohlmeyer at 1281 Route 82, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 7-foot rear yard variance for an existing shed? Seeing none, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is appeal number 4128. Applicant is Lacey Russa and Luke Kohlmeyer, requesting a 7-foot rear yard variance from the requirement of section 194-107 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for an existing 288 square foot shed. Resolution offered by zoning board member Aziz Hassan, whereas the applicants installed a shed that matches the house approximately 1 year ago, and whereas the applicant selected the location for the shed after misunderstanding the property line, and whereas a burn and a tree have been installed to screen the shed from the neighbors, and whereas this is a type 2 action under SECRA, and no further review is required, and whereas the legal notice was published in the Southern Duchess News on January 22nd, 2025, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals held a public hearing on January 28, 2025, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals finds that the granting of the variance will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the community, since the shed is already existing, is screened from the neighbor, and is a reasonable size for the property. The desired result could be achieved by other means, but the most logical area of the property was selected. The variance is not substantial. The variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions. Now therefore be it resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals hereby approves the request by Lacy Russa and Luke Kohlmeyer for a 7-foot rear yard variance from the requirements of section 194-107 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for an existing 288 square foot shed. Be it further resolved that within 5 business days of the adoption of this resolution, the chair or other duly authorized member of the zoning board shall cause a copy of the resolution to be filed with the town clerk and a copy sent to the applicant owner.
Is there a second?
Second.
Votes as follows: Aziz.
Aye.
Rocco.
Aye.
Alberto.
Aye.
Art.
Aye.
And myself, aye. Your motion carries. You're all set? Yeah, you're all set. Have a good evening.
Congratulations.
All right, that was it for public hearings, so we're on to reviews. Again, no public comment going forward, just whoever's here for the application will be invited up to speak. So item number 2 is Appeal 4127, Anuj Singh and Curtis Blaylock, 5 Old Grange Road, Hopewell Junction, requesting a variance for a proposed 24-foot by 26-foot or 624 square foot detached garage in the front yard pursuant to section 194-107 and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations. The footprint of the existing house is 1,731 square feet. So, good evening.
Good evening.
And you are?
I am David Freeman. I am the architect for the project.
Thank you.
Yes. So so this is actually the second review, is my understanding?
It is.
Okay.
The gentleman who was here last month
Was not as articulate? Did we put it nicely?
was not as knowledgeable, hopefully, of the project as you're going to be.
Hopefully. So the proposal is to construct a 24-foot facing the front by 26-foot deep garage on the south side of the home. There is, let me see, I understand the board typically has a question about storage on the second floor, so there is going to be some attic space that is accessible by a ladder. It's only 6 feet 6 inches tall, so it can't be habitable
There's
space.
no residential space upstairs.
Nope.
That's what's important.
So that was the easy part.
Well, and actually, I think if the person who was here last month had told us the reason, why is it being placed where it is? Because we don't like to see garages in front yards.
Okay.
But you've got wetlands in the back of the property, and if somebody had said that last month, you wouldn't have needed to come back this month.
Well,
So,
your attorney's here.
We can distribute it.
Okay, cool.
yeah, just pass the pile in.
All right. Goes down. Thank you. So, I understand the concern is that is it in the front yard, so that's why I'm here to kind of discuss that determination.
Well, we're past that. We've already put it as the front line. So-
Okay, so will that puts a burden on us. Typically, in most towns, yours, everybody else, does not allow garages in the front yard.
Right,
So we need a variance for that.
correct.
So I would prefer not to go to an appeal to the determination of it being a front yard.
You're already here.
Okay, so we're appealing for that.
We're here tonight reviewing a variance for this being in the front yard.
Right. So,
Question that came up was, why was it being placed here?
my question is, it's not a front yard. So and that's what I'm here to talk about a little bit.
Okay, but at the end of the day, at last month's meeting, we already determined it's based on the location of the house, the direction of the house, the driveway, et cetera, it made sense that it's in the front yard. We're not objecting to that.
Okay.
Because we needed to understand why was this the best location for it.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's the best location because most of the property is not usable.
Yes.
Because it's wetlands.
Okay, thank you
So
for
you
that one.
do not have much opportunity to put this garage anywhere else.
All right, and so that was not, as for the person for last month, that wasn't really ever communicated to me.
Correct, because that person didn't know that and we determined that.
Okay. So it's just, like I said, it's, when I saw the notice, right, if putting the determination to put a garage in front of a house, I might argue about the determination, but I'll stop.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, again, I did a site review, and it is in front of, there's a porch, and the garage, proposed garage is in the front of the porch. So it is on the record, it is in the front of the house.
Okay.
No, I just want to make sure that the record is clear, because you were saying.
Front of the house. you know.
No, and I'll talk to the zoning administrator for a second, kind of.
No, you're here to talk to this board, and like I said, we're already past that.
Already past
We've
that.
already
I'm gonna stop.
advertised it as a front, to
Yep.
put it in the front yard. We
Okay.
now know why it needs to be there.
Okay.
We just needed to
I will
understand that.
stop.
So, are there any other questions? What's it going to look like at this point?
No, I think you have all drawings for that, right? It's a rather small garage.
This was 2 months ago when we looked at this, so sorry if we don't, it's not
That's
fresh in
fine.
our memories.
And it's a rather small garage. It's a one-story garage. It doesn't have a particularly steep roof. The house does not have a particularly steep roof.
It's going to match the house?
The spirit of it matches the house, right? The difference of siding, vertical and horizontal.
And I understand your neighbors don't object.
The neighbor's rainbow pool,
Right.
so I don't see them here.
Right, so, all right.
And the back neighbors are, there's a cemetery, by the way.
Right.
There's a cemetery and a church in the back.
If they show up, we're in trouble.
Motion to advertise?
Motion to advertise.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Throw that paper out.
You do need signs. One.
One is enough.
Just one should be enough.
Yeah,
So
one.
Jackie will give you your information about your signs, and then we'll see you next month.
Very good. Thank you very much.
All right?
Thank you for the indulgence.
I think, what did you say, one sign?
One should be enough. All right, item number 3, Appeal 4129, Wayne and Colleen Carabinos. I don't like to say names wrong, so if I'm saying, please correct me. 14 Pleasant Hill Road, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 76 square foot size variance for a proposed 28 foot by 30 foot or 840 square foot detached garage pursuant to section 194-107 in the Schedule of Bulk Regulations. The footprint of the existing house is 1,274. So the code allows you a garage of 750 square feet or 60% of the footprint of your existing house. So you are exceeding the footprint of your house by this 76 feet, and that's why you're here.
Yes.
Okay? Typical two-car garage is going to be 24 by 24, but you've asked for slightly larger than that. You did identify that I think there was a workbench, and there's some storage, some cabinets, and some other things that you wanted to be able to put in there. I believe, Matt, this is when you went and did an inspection, and there were a bunch of trailers and
Yeah.
stuff in the yard?
He's going to consolidate a lot of stuff in the new structure.
Right, and I think there was even a canvas tent, right, in this one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
going.
That will go because you need
That's
this
going.
additional
Some of the
storage
trailers
space.
are going. The trailers are for storage right now, and once we get the stuff in the garage, it'll all be cleaned up.
Okay, is this one story or 2 stories?
One story.
One story, okay. Color of it, it's going to match your house, or?
Well, that's an odd green color. We were gonna see if we can find that color or go with maybe a white or something
To match
close
like the
to it.
shutters and the trim, so in one
Yeah.
of
Okay.
those colors will match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tie in with the house.
Questions or comments for board members? Again, they're exceeding by 76 feet.
There's a shed up there in the back, that's about 14 feet away from the neighbor's property. Did anybody look into that?
Yeah, that's okay. Or we could give him a 1-foot variance if you prefer.
Well, what it is, there's a
It's
little,
like, there's like 5 or 6 inches on the roof. There's like an overhang on the roof. It's not measured from the shed itself, but there's an overhang on the roof.
I would prefer to,
Let's clean it up.
let's clean it up.
1 foot to clean it up.
Yeah, so let's just add,
Right, because you're going to keep this shed?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Let's
It
clean
was
it up.
already permitted, so
okay, well, yeah,
That's fine.
it's easy.
fine.
let's
1
clean it
foot
up.
is fine.
Any other questions or comments for board members?
Yeah, the other shed is 16 feet away, so that's good. It should be, yeah, so I'm good. Motion to advertise as.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All All right, again, Jackie will give you your information on your sign. We'll see you next month.
Okay, thank you.
All
Have a good evening.
right, you too.
29.
Okay. Item number 4, Appeal 4130, Cormark Hopewell LLC, 793 Route 82, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 7% lot coverage variance, a total signage variance of 42.3 square feet, a variance for an additional wall sign, a 42.3 square foot variance for total wall signage, a 2-foot variance for wall sign height, a variance for 2 additional freestanding signs, and 24-foot variance for the front yard landscaping requirement, and a 10-foot variance from the side yard landscaping requirement pursuant to Section 194-116 and Chapter 153. Wow.
Glad you don't have to say that.
Exactly, oh my God.
Glad you read that.
So folks, this is the old William Tell site, no, yeah.
Yes,
This
yes.
is the old William Tell site, okay. That is now being proposed to be a Chase Bank.
Chase Bank.
Okay. So just for everyone's information, most of this is signage. Many of you know this board used to deal with signage, and thankfully, we were able to give that to a better person to review. I think probably the biggest issue for us is the front yard landscaping, but when you drive down 82, this is not the only property that would not have that front yard landscaping buffer. There's a couple other properties right in that same area on the same side of the street that don't have it. But the important part of this is that this is before the planning board, so this is going to be a coordinated review. Michael, the planning board has made a motion to declare their intent to be lead agency, but they have not yet circulated, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so can this board be preemptive and say, yes, they can go ahead, and then when we get the notice, Jackie can just send it back to them?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So again, because of all the other issues related to the site plan review, I believe it would be in the best intent of this board to just let the planning board deal with this, but if we have issues related to their additional signs that are being requested or that landscape buffer, we would conduct our own review. We would still have to do a public hearing related to the variances before us. So let's start with, are we okay with the planning board being lead agency?
yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
So do I have a motion?
Motion to
Allow the planning
allow
board to be
the-
lead agency or to agree to their lead agency?
And I would second that.
Good, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so that's one thing down preemptively. So Jackie, when you get that notice, you can return it. And then the second, is there anything else, any other questions anybody has related to the requirement for a buffer or these additional signs?
Nope.
Motion for public hearing.
Motion to advertise.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll see you next month.
All that effort.
That was easy.
Yeah, we know the site. We know the site.
Yes, that's Brittany and you.
Yes.
Yes. But, and what you're asking for is in line with what else is on there, so.
Yeah.
It's 2025, no video presentation? Oh, that's so 1970s.
Hey, they're old school planners, they're good. All right. Matt and Michael, item number 5. Given Matt's review of this property, are we going to discuss this?
Yep. Yes.
We are, okay.
Yes, we are.
So, item number 5, Appeal 4131, Michael Manassi?
No, Joseph.
Sorry, Joseph. Manassi, thank you. That's what I was looking for. 29 Thunder Road, Hopewell Junction, requesting an appeal from the zoning administrator's determination of the front yards pursuant to Section 194-14.2 and local law number 7 of 2022. So, not a public hearing, again, this is our first review of this. The zoning administrator made a determination, this is a private road. There are 3 houses on this road, 9, 19, and 29 Thunder Road. And the houses each face different directions. The zoning administrator made a determination of what was the front yard. The reason this is being reviewed and the reason this is being looked at is because the applicant is actually requesting a lot line realignment of this little pink piece on, if you look at the survey, there's a pink piece of property that he would like to take from the lot in the front and give it to the lot in the back, which is already a very, very large lot, over 9 acres, if I remember correctly. And the issue becomes whether the proposed garage is in front of the house. That's why the front of the house is going to be very important. Also, the issue is going to be the front yard for the house, that house on the middle lot, because the front yard will determine whether this is a backyard or a side yard for how much distance they need to meet the setbacks. That's why our determination, our review of the zoning administrator's determination is important. You each have the zoning administrator's letter, and he reviewed each of these properties independently. I can tell you, I walk by this property multiple times a week, okay? And so especially with the leaves down, you can see the first house. The first house is a gray house, I believe. The back, you actually, from Clove Branch Road, you see the back of the house.
Correct.
Because of the elevation, the topography of the land, it's actually a lower level even of the back house that you're seeing than what you would see. And so the way, and this one is determined to be actually facing Clove Branch, right?
Which one?
The front house on the property, the first property on the left.
I didn't review the first.
You didn't even review that one. Okay, but again, that one, it's facing, each house on this.
That's facing away from.
Yeah, each house on this property is facing a different direction. The second house, the zoning administrator has made the determination that it is facing Thunder Road.
The second house?
The second lot in.
Which door is facing that?
I'm explaining to our board members.
Okay, all right.
Okay? And by the way, the important thing to note on the colored map that you guys have is the green is the roadway as it is supposed to be, the land designated for the roadway. The actual roadway is the gray. So we don't even have a roadway on the property associated with these properties. But
Do you have the latest maps that I brought?
yes,
With the yellow easements? Or no?
So the green is the proposed roadway.
The yellow is an easement?
with the yellow. Okay, yes, this has yellow.
Okay.
Okay, so that covers that.
That covers that,
That's an
yeah.
easement. So then the issue is what is this house in the rear? Where is this, what is its front yard? And the zoning administrator has made the determination that the front yard for this house is Clove Branch Road. Correct, Matt?
Correct.
Yes, okay. The front of the house actually faces,
82. 82.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the front determination is that it is facing the front.
Now, that subdivision map for 29
Okay?
stated that if there's any future subdivision to that 9.7 acre parcel, that Thunder Road would become a town road, have to be a town road. Now, I went through a year of, zoning, and that was going to become a town road. That's Sven Nordlund
Oh,
knew
you're
where
going back
everything
a while, wow.
Yeah, well, not that, maybe for you, not for me. I mean, that's Sven pretty well.
Yeah, wow.
And, he...
Former building inspector.
he saw the location of that, 6 times, from footing inspection to final inspection.
All right, how wide is your drive? How wide is Thunder Road?
Well, it's probably 10, 12 feet wide.
Yeah, it's not really, 2 cars can't pass, from what I can
Oh,
see.
there are pull-offs. Oh, there are pull-offs.
Yeah, from what I can see, I'm walking along Clove Branch all the time. Because
Yeah.
it's always amazes me that one house where you see the rear, and then I'm always wondering, where are these other houses?
Yeah.
Because it's such a large piece of property, so,
You can't possibly see my house.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
No, the only thing you can see is from the aerial.
Yeah, from here. So
All right.
people up there can see it.
And so the issue came up when Matt went to his inspection is that certain additional structures were not showing up on the survey that we had.
That's the woodshed I drew it. You see the little woodshed I drew? I drew it in pencil?
No, I don't see, oh, that,
On the north side?
oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That was the additional structure. It's an open woodshed.
But that's only a,
And the other structure it's still missing is the fence next to the detached garage on Lot 1A.
I don't think you can even see that from the sky, though, because it's pretty narrow.
Well, it doesn't matter what we can see from the sky, if it's a structure on your property.
How does it,
Again, not necessarily relevant for our determination, but what we're talking about is whether the survey is accurate or not. That's all we're
okay,
looking at.
okay,
Okay?
yeah.
So,
I don't know what impact that has on anyone, but okay, go ahead.
so if the house is facing Clove Branch, then he has a pool in his front yard, he has an existing garage, which I believe also has an accessory apartment in it,
Yep.
all in his front yard. If Thunder Road is his front yard, then he still already has a garage in his front yard. This becomes a side yard, and then this proposed new garage would be in a side yard and not in the front yard. Right now, the proposed garage would be also in the front yard, but based on the determination that this is, no, the other one's okay, right, if it's facing Thunder Road? Because
Correct.
then it's a side yard and not a backyard.
It's in the side.
The first, Lot 2.
Lot 2, yes.
Lot 2 would be a side.
Sorry, this is,
Do you have a picture of the front of the house? Somebody named Matt came and took pictures.
that is our building inspector right there.
Oh, Matt, you took pictures of
Our
the,
zoning
Yeah,
administrator,
Norma
sorry.
has photos.
okay.
I had them online. I don't have them here.
You didn't bring them?
so this is lot 1, this is lot 2, and this is lot 3.
You're saying Lot 1,
Yeah.
you're determining Clove Branch. Right, so, yeah, that would be the front. But you're saying if Thunder Road went further down, it would be on the side? The pool would be the side? I don't see that.
Yes, it would be.
Oh, thank you.
So the lot 1 is the one that is in, yeah, because
Lot 1 is in the
currently
back, right.
it faces Clove Branch, but if the Thunder Road went through, then it would be facing, will not be facing, then it would be facing.
Well, Thunder Road went through where? Thunder Road went straight through.
So is it going this way?
Well, like I said, Thunder Road would have to become a town road if any more was done. That was a major part of the subdivision. So
Wouldn't it be a
if
dead end?
Thunder Road becomes a town road, the house is facing the town road.
Well, if our determination is that currently it is facing Clove Branch, then you can't just change it.
Oh, I know that. It's whatever your determination is.
Yes,
But that's why we're here now, right?
correct, exactly. So we have to figure out whether it faces Thunder, I mean,
I would like you to see a picture of,
yeah. no,
Yeah, we have pictures here.
so you can see what side.
We'll pass them
If you
along.
took a picture of what you're looking at from Clove Branch Road, you're looking at a pool, you're looking at a propane tank, you're looking at a Bilco door. You know, that's not really the front of the house. The front porch is the front of the house, the front door
So
is the front of the
just
house.
because this is a discussion by the board, let me read from Matt's letter.
Okay.
The definition of a yard or front yard in the town code is as follows. The yard lying between the front lot line and the primary access point to the main entrance of the principal building. Each lot shall only have one front yard. The town code was amended recently because we ran into issues where buildings with several homes here in town, had multiple front yards based on the prior code. So Matt's determination, house determination is also considered. So the facade of a house must face the street. Houses on corner lots should be oriented in the same direction as adjacent homes, which is usually the street with the least frontage. Where no other method determines conclusively the front of a lot, the planning board shall designate the property line from which the front yard will be measured after considering optimum orientation of the principal dwelling to minimize negative impacts on surrounding properties. So I know you all have Matt's letter. I'm just reading so that anybody else who's maybe watching this.
I would add to that, that when Lot 1A was created, it created a flag lot. So the frontage is the pole, the end of that pole,
Right.
which is Clove Branch Road.
I see what you're saying.
Yep.
So
That's what's in writing, but we're here, this is the Board of Appeals, right? I know what's in writing.
Correct. You're here to appeal it, and you give your best argument as to why things should be interpreted the way that you think they should be.
Yeah, okay.
So you're here to make your argument, and I would think too, because what would happen next, I know we're still having a discussion, but the next time, there will be a public hearing on this as well. So what I would think, because I know you were saying there are a lot of pictures that you think could be very descriptive. If I were you, I would maybe take pictures and put maybe a packet together with some descriptions and some diagrams as to why you think that your interpretation is correct. And it has to be based on the definition in the code as well. Even if you think the definition in the code defies common sense, it's going to be based on the definition in the code.
Regardless?
It's
Yes.
based on the definition in the code.
That's what our board
Yes.
has to go by.
So so why are you even here? If you don't, if it's in black and white and that's it, that's what I thought.
Because sometimes you can
Board of
make an
Appeals.
appropriate argument that this board can consider that has merit.
I would have brought pictures, but,
Well, we have pictures. Again, the two members are looking.
And you can bring your own pictures next time as well.
So the access point to this property is Clove Branch Road.
correct.
The front lot line of this property is the rear line of, or the side line of Lot 2,
Yeah.
correct?
Well,
I mean, now you don't have to agree with me, but...
Reading this, yeah, you're reading this.
Oh, this is
yeah.
second set? Okay, guys, here's a second set.
What I'd like you to think about again is that the subdivision map stated that that private road would become a road. So if I wanted to subdivide,
The 9 acres.
that becomes a road, and my house is facing the road. So it's facing the correct way. Someday, that 9.7 acres will probably be subdivided, But there's logic in how the house is facing. Not only that, if I did it the way this is, my house would face the garage in front of me. So
The
you,
garage that you built?
the garage on the lot in front of it is,
Lot 2?
you're calling it Lot 2, yeah.
Right.
Which is...
So my house would be
which is
facing that
technic-
garage.
Which is technically also in a front yard. And my understanding is some of these structures were built without permits, right?
My garage, yeah, I'm permitting that now. Everything else is CO. Where I brought up Sven before, he okayed my site plan. I gave him a site plan with my house and the garage on it. It was all okay. He gave me back the
Okay,
plan.
building department does not have the authority to approve a site plan, a plot plan, maybe?
The plot plan.
Yeah, okay.
And
But
it's on my blueprint.
They would still have, how long ago was the garage built?
30 years.
So that's still after zoning was in place, so you would have still needed a permit to build a garage.
Well, the foundation was there. I built it without a permit. Well, I had a permit originally, that permit was gone, was over, and then I built the garage.
So something destroyed the structure, the foundation was still there, and you rebuilt it on the existing foundation?
No. I built the foundation.
Oh,
when I
you built the
house.
foundation.
When I built
Okay.
the house.
Okay.
I built the garage probably 2 or 3 years later.
Does your existing house have a garage?
No.
It does not, okay. Just the
it
separate garage?
originally?
Detached garage.
Did it have a garage originally?
At any point, did your existing house have a attached garage? Was underneath a garage? And
No, no,
So it was, you didn't take the garage and make it into residential space or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
no,
I mean, we were certainly recognized.
I guess, I wish you could, if you looked at the pictures, your questions would be like, they're just, they don't make any sense, you know? But go ahead.
What do you think the picture clarifies?
Oh, the front of the house. And, you know, certainly there's no place for a drive-under garage, you know. I'm kind of lost here. I know what's in black and white. If that's the way it is and we're done, then I guess I just need...
But that's what you're here for, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to...
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Well,
trying to
here's
tell
the
you.
point.
Can we adjust, if we adjusted, for instance, if we adjusted the front of the house facing Thunder Road, a lot of these issues for variances aren't there. You know, you can't say anything about my garage because that was okay back 32 years ago, the placement of that garage. I got a permit for it. I didn't build the whole garage, but I was permitted for that garage. So you can't take it back again, you know. It's on my blueprints. Jackie has the blueprints. It shows the garage. It shows the angle of the garage.
There's no...
Well, the garage and the house were permitted.
No.
You said before that you built a garage without a permit.
I didn't, but it was permitted when I built the house.
And also too, I think right now, just because I know that there's a larger discussion about what's going on in the property, I think just tonight and the next meeting would be, we're just determining what the front yard is.
Yeah, okay.
There are other issues, I think we can agree there are other issues hanging out there, we're putting those to the side while we're determining what the front yard is.
Okay.
Okay, but one thing for this board's clarification, this clearly says the planning board can designate which is the front lot. He's looking for a lot line realignment, but because it's such a de minimis change, it does not need to go to the planning board? And
I think it fell under the threshold.
it's under the threshold, and so that's why the town's planner can review this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the code was changed at some
So
point.
there's no reason that he'd be going to the planning board, that the planning board could just designate what is the front yard?
No.
Okay. If he was going to the planning board, this wouldn't even be before us. They could just designate what's the front yard. In essence, we're now being asked to do that because the zoning administrator made a determination, and so now we're reviewing it.
Exactly, and the applicant didn't agree with the zoning administrator's interpretation, and it's his right to appeal it and give his evidence as to why he thinks he's right, based on the definition in the code.
At the end of the day, the reason you want the front yard to be Thunder Road is because you want to be able to do this lot line realignment to put the garage where you're proposing it. You have a 9-acre property. Is there some reason the garage can't go somewhere else? I know it's not, necessarily a front yard issue, but it is, in my opinion. Why do you really need this land when you've already got 9 acres?
Well, if you went on the other side, if Clove Ranch Road is the front, I have a nice wooded lot there. I already have a clone subdivision right behind my house now, cut every tree down. I have a nice wooded lot there that I would like to keep. That garage is kind of a good location between 2 other garages, but there's still plenty of room. And my garage is going to be for 20 antique motorcycles that I don't really want to ride past my house to keep in that garage. I should be able to choose where I want to put my garage. It's 10 acres, but I don't want a longer driveway. I want to, if I put it past my house, now I got a longer driveway. I already got an 800-foot driveway there, a 600-foot driveway somewhere else. Why do I want to make a longer driveway and clear out all these woods for a garage? It's a nice wooded lot there, I'd like to keep it. We walk the dogs there, we ride motorcycles there, and my family enjoys it. I don't want to clear cut it for a garage.
Just please keep in mind that one of the things this board has to review is not just you as the current owner, but any future owner. And so the use of this as a garage may be impactful, maybe it's 30 years down the road when there are other owners of both of these lots, and that's one of the things we have to think about.
Well,
Okay.
that's what the setbacks are for, right?
Right, exactly.
Setbacks.
And so that's why it's important for us to take a look, not just the practical use that you're talking about, storage of the garage, of the motorcycles that you don't want going past your house
Yep.
and making that noise, but there may be some other use in that garage that may be impactful on the neighbor of the property right in the front of it. That's what we have to review as well, okay? So just to be considerate of that. Okay,
Yeah, for the record, the current proposed Lot 2 is about 2.6 acres, so that's still, even if this little portion goes to Lot 1, Lot 2 will still have more than 2 acres of property.
it will, but remember, it's a flag lot, and so flag lots, you have to minus the area of the pole, correct? And it also has to be then a minimum of 1.5 acres, I believe, instead of a minimum 1.
Oh, okay.
So the area of a flag lot has to be more, and you have to remove certain,
Okay.
We've already went through that with Scott. It
yeah,
works.
so.
It works.
So again, the idea is more that we don't want this to become a non-conforming lot.
Yes,
This is supposed to be a rear yard, okay? And then
Yeah.
it needs 50 feet and not 25 feet.
that's why I wanted to make it,
But this one, Matt's very clear. This one is facing Thunder. So this one, that's a side yard.
this is fine, but
Right.
again, when Lot 2 lets go of this portion of their property, it will change.
Yep.
So, but still, with the change, it will still be conforming. Even though Lot 1 has 9 acres, so that they have plenty of land, so, but,
So now there's going to be 25 feet to the garage here and 25 feet to the garage there. So there's only 50 feet between two garages. So in the space of, you're going to have 3 garages.
yeah, I mean, it's
Is
still
that-
more than, you know, I
Is
mean,
that bad?
And
Instead
where are
of
we
having them-
considering Lot
instead of
2
having them
facing? Clove Branch?
All over the...
No, Thunder.
Lot 2 faces Thunder Road.
Under Road, okay.
Because that's its access point. No, I guess its access point is also Clove Branch. Because it's another lot. It's a
It's
flag
true,
lot.
too.
yeah, both of them are flag lots. Lot 1 and Lot 2 are both flag lots, so
Yeah.
same issues. But, so there are multiple issues. One is the flag lot, and the other one is orientation of the house or interpretation of which way the house faces. So one faces Thunder Road, other faces Clove Branch, and
And one's backyard is Clove Branch.
Well, when you approve flag lots, it doesn't really mean much anymore. When you approve a flag lot, an 800-foot flagpole, who knows where Clove Branch Road is? Do you know what I mean? You know, you drive 800 feet up the
Correct, but-
driveway. Where's Clove Branch Road? Who
But
knows?
again, I think my understanding is correct. We are no longer approving flag lots. They were done a while back, but not anymore, for these reasons.
But I have 2 of them.
Oh, you
Still
still,
get 1. Yeah, you just can't get 2 on a subdivision.
pardon me?
You
You
can't
can't
get two.
get 2 on a subdivision anymore.
Oh, okay, not
You
two.
can still get 1,
Oh, still get one, okay.
yeah.
So,
All right, so we have time to think. We also have to have a public hearing on this determination, so we can,
I mean, right
if
now-
anybody wants to weigh in from the public on what they think about this should be, but.
Matt, can I speak to Matt for a minute?
Can you
Right.
what?
So if Lot 2 is facing Thunder Road, how is Lot 1 on the other side of it, farther away from Clove Branch Road? How is that facing, how does that face Clove Branch?
Where is the front of the house on Lot 2? Where is it facing?
Ask him.
No, from the facade of the house, I'm asking you.
That's a very odd house. That's a very odd, the front door actually faces west. The front door of that
That's
house
north, the
faces
is
west.
this way.
Yes,
It's toward
west.
Clove Branch.
So it's close.
Clove Branch,
Yeah.
not the flagpole of Clove Branch.
Right,
but
the other
Clove Branch-
side.
Clove Branch towards Dane Estates, that way, way
Yeah.
over there.
Because if this is north, then west is this way.
Yeah, that's where that front door is. You know,
So lot two faces...
hey, I was contracted to build that house. I didn't pull a permit on that house. I pulled the permit on lot 1A, on my house. I didn't pull the permit on the other house. I did build it, but I didn't pull the permit.
Okay. And you are?
That's my son.
Oh, you can stand up there with him.
No, I just, to the question.
Just to the microphone, please.
So lot 2, you're saying is fine facing Thunder Road, right?
I don't think, well, the the zoning administrator
Right.
made a determination,
Yeah.
and I don't think you're challenging his
Right.
determination, so we're not going to.
No,
Well, we like that.
right, so if he's saying that because, that faces Thunder Road, but the reason the last lot,
He's saying,
no, lot 2 faces Thunder
It
Road.
says faces Thunder.
So he was saying that because the entrance, right, to it, the flag, is Clove Branch, that's why the last lot is facing, the front of the house is facing Clove Branch. You can't say the one thing for lot 2 and then reverse it for lot 3. They're both, for lot 1, I'm sorry.
So
But he can.
the other thing that we also took into consideration was the original subdivision showed the road to be created, Thunder Road,
Right.
a permanent road to be created if further subdivided. When you came in to create 1A, that was the further subdivision where the road should have been dedicated, so therefore, the house on Lot 2 that got built should have been facing the road that was to be built.
That was done in 92, not before that. That further subdivision to become a road was on my lot in 92, not on that subdivision map in 80.
The first-
That's on an 80?
The first one from 1980 showed a road to be created if further subdivided.
Really?
Therefore, in 92, when you came in and further subdivided, that road should have been created then. Therefore, the house on Lot 2 should have been facing the road that was to be created,
I.e. Thunder Road.
i.e. Thunder Road. That's why I chose that one should be facing Thunder.
So there is
So we're
a
looking at-
reasonable explanation why that one is.
I know what he says, but I still don't get it. So, when it was extended, if it was extended, now, why should it now turn 90 degrees and face, the road was extended, now my house has to turn 90 degrees?
The road wasn't created
Right.
the way it was supposed to when it was further subdivided. You still have a private road in there.
All right, again, we're hearing you. We have pictures for us to look at. We're going to have a public hearing on this.
It's not like it's not like I was
I
supposed
mean,
to...
unless you're
put-
withdrawing your application, we'll
No, I'm not going to
proceed
withdraw
with
my...
this.
It's not like I was supposed to build a town road and didn't. That's not the case whatsoever.
Nobody's saying that.
Well, then I still don't quite understand the logic.
So I think, you don't understand his logic, and that's why you're appealing it, and that's why you're asking for an interpretation. So I think between now and the next meeting, I think what you should probably do is, because I know there's obviously a lot of history here, and it seemed like, and this is obviously in your discretion, you might want to put a timeline, because it seemed like you thought that was important about what happened when, and I know you had some issues with the road and when it was built and things of that nature that you think is relevant for the board. And also, too, I know you were saying that the pictures would really show things. I think then you should bring in what pictures you think are very important, not just rely on what Matt had. You're here, because when you come before the board, you're here to make your case.
Right.
So you can submit whatever you want that you think helps to make your case.
Does the front facade matter? On a house, there's the front elevation, side elevations, rear elevations. Does that matter in anything? Or
It could
in-
help to make your case.
You're making your case about, you can come in and with the front facade, you could say, this is the front facade, this is why it's important in the determination, you present it to the board.
But if we just continue to go off of that, the flagpole is Clove Branch, then we're all...
Yeah, if we keep
But your argument still is that that's not actually relevant to the determination. So, and I think the board's kept a very open mind. They haven't made a determination yet. So you can make your argument as to why that doesn't actually matter.
You can't see this from the road, so it's not,
Yeah.
it's not like it's necessarily impactful to there's no way you can see the houses beyond that first house.
It's not impactful to
Every
anyone.
time I walk by, I keep wondering, why is that house facing that direction? You know, so you can't see it from the road, so I don't think that, we have to keep an open mind. Why would we really care what direction the house is facing? It's not an issue for the general public that drives on Clove Branch Road, they don't see it.
Right, everything's hidden.
But the zoning administrator has to interpret the code. If you don't agree with that interpretation, you're welcome to come before us and we'll review.
But I'm here now, and you have, if he took pictures around my house, you can see the front
We can see
of the house.
yeah.
And can you see the side that's facing Clove Branch Road? Can you see the Bilco door and the screen porch?
You guys have both
And
sides down there.
propane tank and stuff? Does that really look, that's one view of the house. And then you see a front door, a big gable with 4 windows, a big covered porch.
I mean, he took lots of pictures, so there's a lot of pictures for us to,
But I have a feeling I'm just losing 30 days.
but we have to have a public hearing. You're not,
Yeah, I know that.
so you're not losing 30 days.
Oh, I just don't want to go through this again and then have a public hearing.
Oh, no, I think we would schedule you for the public hearing. So which one are you
I'm
looking?
looking for a picture of the house.
This is the front of the house?
That's got to get up that 800-foot driveway.
Oh, that's the first house.
That's first.
Yeah,
That's the front of the house.
but yeah, that's the
Right,
front.
and so here's, I can see, this is Thunder Road, right? Because that's where the car is, and so that's the garage.
That's our garage.
Which is facing, so garage doors are facing Thunder Road.
So the front of the house is looking at the survey facing which way? The facade of the house is facing Thunder Road, or?
Faces
That's a covered porch right there.
Correct.
Just
That's
facing-
a
facing
porch, so you,
east of
You have the
Route
front door.
82.
Yeah, you have the
okay,
front door.
so you're facing that way.
This, if you're saying this is the front of the, this is like just a Bilco door there, you know, this is
Yeah.
not the front of the house.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying the front door is there?
It's right there. Yes,
And the front door of this house is where?
the front door of this house is there,
Here?
right here.
This is the front?
Here, a door.
Right there.
No, right there, sorry. There.
Oh, that's the front door,
That's
okay.
where the front door is.
All right.
Yeah, the western side of the, or facing west, he said. All right, so which picture did you need us to see?
Okay, so this one faces, so if I'm looking at
Yes.
this, I'm standing here and looking at this. This is this guy,
Correct.
and this is the front, okay. So it is facing Thunder Road. I mean,
Front door
Yeah.
is facing Thunder Road. And this one.
There isn't one of the house facing,
Beyond this.
there isn't one of the house that looks at it from Clove Branch Road.
Doesn't Thunder Road stop?
There's not one.
Because you're,
so I guess you'll have to show,
yeah, he would have, I would have had to traipse through the snow to go get a picture from that side.
No, he's seen the snow. You know, this is part of it, if you would have looked
This is
this
the front door.
Okay.
is the Bilco door.
It's facing
This
front,
is
facing Thunder.
Okay.
This would be the side yard.
You've got pictures of my violations, I see that. But that's not why we're here now. I'm here now to determine where the front of the house is. I don't mean to waste your time, but.
will all the violations be settled by the, by
Oh,
next month?
absolutely, I already have, yeah.
Okay.
My architect, unfortunately, was white. His fellow brother, yeah.
Either way, when we get the determination, then have to
But can we get, will we have a determination for the next meeting? Or
No, the process is you have to have a public hearing. Every application has a public hearing, so next time would be the public hearing.
So this time wasn't that at all?
This was not, no, and it's not, it wasn't for any other applicant except for the first one.
The first one,
It's
okay.
the first one came to the prior month's meeting.
So aside from the 30-day thing,
He's following the same procedure as every other applicant, except he's under the interpretation
You'll have to provide us.
path, but it's the same sort of, he'll have it, and then he'll have his public hearing next meeting.
All right.
Anyway, my suggestion would be for the applicant to bring the pictures that best plead his case.
Yeah.
Yeah, helps his case. Okay? Yep. So we'll see you next month? Oh, okay.
You need the motion for the
We
public
need a
hearing.
motion to advertise.
Oh, are we going to advertise first, or are we going to review next right?
No, I think we can,
Okay,
I think
motion
we
to,
can get the public hearing process.
Yes,
going.
I
a
think-
motion to advertise.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So Jackie will give your information now. There's 3 lots, 1 road.
No, the two lots are being impacted.
2 lots.
There's 2 other lots, but there's their lot. So the sign on their lot,
Okay.
where do the signs go?
Clove Branch.
Oh, they should go down by Cloak Branch, I guess.
Where the mailboxes are down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one, really.
But again,
Well,
there,
it's not a large area in the front there, so 1 sign should be fine.
no, but you need 2 because it's lot 1 and lot 2, because it's impacting
But
lot
it's a
2.
private road. Nobody's else is.
Nobody sees, are you challenging the decision on lot 3?
No.
So it's only 1 lot?
Okay,
It's only one
okay, so okay.
Not one.
One sign.
Okay, so just 1 sign is fine? Motion, okay, so we're done. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Done. Bring some pictures.